Hello, Year 5. It's nice to have you with me today for your big math activities. So let's start with the C calculation. So we're going to compare numbers, compare decimal numbers and see which one is greater or smaller than the other one. So let's do the first one together and then you can do the next two on your own. So I've got 6.27. Is it smaller, larger, greater? So different vocabulary we can use than 2.67. So here I just look at the ones. I've got 6 on one side and 2 ones here. So 6 ones against 2 ones. I've got, so then 6 is greater than 2. So 6.27 will be greater than 2.67. So remember, sometimes you've got a tendency to make a mistake with the sign. Remember, the big mouth is going to the biggest number. So 6.27 is larger than 2.67. So for the next one, 3.95 and 3.94. So I give you a bit of time to think about it. Okay, let's have a look at the ones. So ones are the same. I've got a 3 and a 3, so I can compare at this point. So I'm looking at the 10th. I've got 9 tenths against 9 tenths. So the same. So once again, I cannot compare at this time. I cannot conclude which one is greater or smaller. So I'm moving to the hundreds. I've got 500 and 400 here. So 500 is more than 400. So 3.95 is larger than 3.94. So same here, have a look at the last one, 5.26 or 5.26. And on this side, on the right hand side, 5.62 or 5.62. So let's have a look at the ones, let's have a look at the tenth, and let's have a look at the hundreds and try to come up with a conclusion. Which number is greater than the other one or smaller than the other one? Okay, let's check together. So I've got 5 ones here and 5 ones on the other side. So I can't conclude here at this point. 2 tenths and 6 tenths. Oh, I know the answer already. I don't need to move to the hundredth. So I've got 6 tenths is greater than 2 tenths. So 5.62 is greater than 5.26. So well done if you've got it correct with a sign facing the right direction. And equally, you can also say it in a different way. You can say, oh, 6.27 is larger than, is greater than, or 2.67 is smaller than 6.27. So different ways to say the same. Now, let's move on to dividing by 10. Oh, actually, before I reveal it to you, let's think and remind ourselves what we learned in school. So when we divide by 10, we do something with a digit. So we move each digit one space, but where do we move the digit? So if I divide by 10, I move the digit to the, I can't hear you, say it louder. When we divide by 10, we move the digit to the right because we want to make them smaller. The number we get when we divide is smaller. So brilliant. So when we divide by 10, we move the digits one place to the right. And remember, it makes the number 10 times smaller. So here, we've got 1.3, a decimal number to divide by 10. And we've got the answer as 0.13. Now we need to check this answer. Okay, so it says, move the digit one place to the right. So the 1 will come here. So I will have the 1 here. The 3 will come here. And here we've got the 0 because there's nothing, so 0. So the answer is 0.13 or 0.13. So equally, when we divide decimals by 10, like we divide whole numbers by 10, we move each digit 1 space to the right. And remember, it makes the number 10 times smaller. So 1.3 divided by 10 equals 0.13. Well done if you've done it with me as well. Now, what is it going to be for 2.5 divided by 10? So we modeled 1.3 divided by 10. Now it's your turn. So 2.5 divided by 10. You can write it in your place value chart and move each digit to the right. So 2.5 divided by 10. The 2 ones will move to the, I hope you said 10th, good job. The 5 tenths will move to the 5 hundredths. Is that what I heard? Good job. So the answer will be 2.5 divided by 10 equals, can you tell me, be a bit louder? Yay, 0.25 or 0.25. Good job, year 5 with that. Now, we're moving to subtraction when we have to count on. And I know you don't like this one because in school you didn't like it. So we all know that you can use the column method to do 672 take away 54. You can do that, but try to think how we can do it by counting on. So we've got 54 as our starting number here, and we've got 672 as our final number. And we want to find the difference between these two numbers, because when we subtract, it's like finding the difference between the two numbers. So I can use, and I'm going to use my number bond knowledge. So I'm going to have a step between 54 to 100. So what is the difference between 54 and 100? I'll let you think about it. So I'm going to use my knowledge of number bond. I know that 54 to 60 is 6, and to 60 to 100 is 40. So the difference between 54 and 100 is 46. Now I'm going to have another massive jump from 100 to 600. Okay, what is the difference between 100 and 600? Or what is the value of this gap here between 600 and 100? And hopefully you will all tell me that it's 500. Okay, now what is the difference here? What is the value of this bond between 672 and 600? What is the value of this jump? It's 72. Good job. Now remember what we are looking for. We're looking for the value, for the difference of 672 take away 54. So what we just have to do now is to add 46, 572. And who can tell me what 500 plus 72 plus 46 is? Use your brain. Have you got it? Yeah, well done. Let's reveal it in a second. And if you've got the answer as 618, you are totally correct. Brilliant. Now, if you just want to check that your answer is correct, you can just use a column method to calculate 672 take away 54. And hopefully, fingers crossed, you should find 618 as well. So this is what we call counting on. Subtracting in a different way. Instead of like going from 672 take away 54, we find a difference between 54 and 672 using different jumps and our knowledge of number bonds. So I need to move myself so we can move to addition facts. So you've got different additions here. I suggest that you look at them, and as it says here, maybe choose 3 to practice this week. Obviously, not the ones you're very confident with, but maybe the ones that you think, oh, if someone is asking me this one, I never remember what it is. Okay, it could be 9 and 4, it could be 5 and 6, it could be 6 and 8. So choose 3 to practice this week. Thank you, Year 5, for joining me today. Make sure also you spend like 10-15 minutes on Times Table Rockstar, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.